everybody? Welcome to the show. This is Super Life with me, Darin Olien. Thanks for tuning in. I'm stoked you're here, and we're going to learn a little something today. We're going to dive into the groundbreaking area of longevity science with senolytic compounds. That's right. I know it's a word that you may not have heard, but it's a game changer that helps our body eliminate aging cells, helps to rejuvenate tissues and potentially extend our lifespan, our health span, more in particular. Sorry. Imagine if you could clear out old, damaged cells that drive inflammation, chronic disease, and physically decline us as we age. I don't want that to happen. Well, science is now showing that we can actually do it, and it's not that hard. Senolytic compounds that selectively target and eliminate senescent cells. Senescent cells are what? These are old, zombie-like cells that refuse to die, but continue to wreak havoc on the bodies. See, all cells have a programmed death. That's right. We recycle so many cells, all of our cells, certain tissues a lot more than others. But what happens is these time deaths don't happen. And there's many reasons for it, and you're going to be shocked by what we have uncovered here. Researchers are uncovering these powerful pharmaceuticals, and of course they're trying to take pharmaceutical action when we actually have many ways that we can support our own natural way to do that in our body, and there's many incredible compounds. You know, I love the super botanicals, so we're going to talk about a few of those things, but nature's compounds have found a way to help us in this process through plants, botanicals, adaptogens, medicinal mushrooms that help with this process. In today's episode, we're going to break down these compounds, the latest research, and practical steps that you can take to boost your body's ability to clear out these harmful cells naturally. So let's dive in. What are senolytic compounds? What are senolytics? What are these senolytic cells, and why do they matter? As we age, our cells undergo stress. Some are repaired while others are damaged beyond repair. Normally, our immune system clears out the damaged cells when they have these programmed deaths, but as we get older, the system becomes less efficient. The result, these dysfunctional senescent cells start accumulating. That's where it gets damaging. Senescent cells don't just sit there quietly. They release inflammatory molecules that damage surrounding healthy cells. These contribute to chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, neurodegeneration, and even cancer. But here's the exciting part. We have learned so much. We, as in those amazing scientists, have discovered ways to clear out these cells from our bodies using senolytic compounds. What causes the accumulation of these senolytic zombie cells? While senescent cells naturally accumulate with age, certain lifestyle and environmental factors accelerate their buildup. Yeah, we're going to dig into it, and some of the fatal conveniences are the problem as well. Here's what can promote the accumulation of these harmful cells and prevent their clearing out: chronic stress and poor sleep. Oh man, right? This is a big one. That's why we launched Super Life Supermind and that new Calm app that directly deals and is proven to deal with stress, anxiety, and improve your sleep. So if you haven't checked that out, please check that out. It is a nominal fee for a $30 million neuroscience company that's delivered directly to your app. I wasn't even going to talk about this, but as soon as I see stress, we can do something right away about it, right? Of course, all the breathing practices, meditation, mindfulness, all of those things I've talked about before, those are also powerful. So high levels of cortisol and poor sleep constantly disrupt the body's natural ability to clear out these damaged cells. Sleep deprivation has been shown to impair this autophagy, the cellular cleanup process, and promote persistence of these senescent cells. They need to leave and they're not leaving. And stress and poor sleep is a contributor to that. And it was an amazing study I have in the show notes in 2022. Other things, inflammatory diets. What the hell are those? You know. Processed food. And make sure, kids, you're accelerating this process even at being a kid. Of course, they have more resilience, but these things add up over time. Diets high in processed food, refined sugar. This does not mean fruit. Whole fruit does not do this. And certainly unhealthy fats, trans fats, too much saturated fat, etc. These lead to chronic inflammation, which protects senescent cells from apoptosis. So, what does that all mean? So all of these inflammatory processes, high processed food, unhealthy fats, refined sugar, they stop the process of apoptosis. So apoptosis is that form of programmed cell death that naturally occurs in us as organisms. It is a tightly regulated process that helps maintain the homeostasis. So these pro-inflammatory environments that we can change or promote through our diet and lifestyle enhances the survival of zombie cells that shouldn't be there. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? And this is another great study in 2020. So we're learning more and more about this just kind of recently. Also, here we go, fatal conveniences. That's right. Toxic exposure to pollution and chemicals. Environmental pollutants and pesticides, heavy metals, cause DNA damage that impair your body's ability to clear out these zombie senescent cells. These toxins overload detoxification pathways, making it easier for these zombie cells to stay in the body longer and linger. We don't want that. We don't need that, but we can easily change it. Lack of physical activity. Also, exercise triggers that programmed death. It helps to move autophagy on and helps to clear out the zombie cells. This sedentary lifestyle allows for the zombie cell to accumulate and the risk of age-related diseases go up. Research shows that regular movement can significantly reduce this burden of senescent cells in muscle tissue. This was another study just recently in 2020. Mitochondria Mitochondrial dysfunction. When our energy-producing mitochondria is damaged due to oxidative stress, it prevents the body from effectively eliminating more and more. So we need to always improve mitochondrial function. So the mitochondria have to be strong and they have to be working properly in order to clear out these senescent cells. Overuse of drugs, specifically antibiotics and other medications. So certain medications, including long-term antibiotic use, can negatively impact gut health, immune function, which can reduce the body's ability, again, to reduce these. These are all things that you can change. But the overprescription of antibiotics has so many detrimental effects. And they just keep throwing this at people, us, and our children. So, of course, Pharma has got involved with the senolytics because they realize that this is a very important aspect. But there's always side effects to pharmaceuticals. They were looking at this medication called dasatirabin. So we know that the pharmaceutical industry is racing towards the senolytic research because they want to patent something. But again, you're going to realize that there's so many more powerful things in your lifestyle that you can do to improve this process. Keep in mind, the environment that you're creating in your body by the choices you make are making an environment better to clear out these zombie senolytic compounds, okay? And these cells that need to leave the body. So nature's senolytic compounds are botanicals, adaptogens, mushroom-based medicine. Nature has these senolytics. Not all senolytics come from these damn pharmaceuticals, right? because pharmaceuticals largely are watching the pathways and they're trying to mimic botanicals. Some of the most potent age-reversing compounds are found right in nature herself. Quercetin and fisetin are powerful compounds that you can find naturally in food. Apples, onions, strawberries all have these compounds that have been shown to selectively eliminate senescent cells. How incredible is that? That eat an apple a day and it clears out your zombie cells. We love that. So directly from the research in 2020, fisetin has demonstrated the ability to reduce senescent cell burden in multiple tissues because it's happening all over the body. The body needs to clear out all of these zombie cells everywhere. It's always happening. It's always cycling. But specifically, fisetin has been demonstrated in multiple tissues, resulting in improved lifespan in animal studies, and they continue to do more studies. Hopefully we'll get more and more human studies. Another powerful one is the queen of all mushrooms, reishi. A triterpene extracted from reishi was recently found to have senolytic effect on damaged liver cells, reducing inflammation, promoting cellular health. According to this study, the triterpenes extract selectively induced apoptosis in these senolytic cells and improved mitochondrial pathways. So, come on, man. Again, the queen of all mushrooms is coming in, helping us in this clearing out of zombie cells. Keep in mind that reishi is an adaptogen. These things don't happen overnight. So consistent use of these compounds in these medicinal mushrooms are incredible in their work, but they don't work just once. You have to continuously use these things in order for them to build up over time in your body and improve these pathways. Another great two powerful adaptogens that help clear out these zombie cells are rhodiola rosea, which is my favorite, one of the favorites. They're all these adaptogens, man, because oftentimes I have personal experience running around the globe looking for these adaptogens. And rhodiola in the middle of the sovereign mountains in Tibet and China, I got to do that very thing. Also, ashwagandha. Both of these adaptogens showed up in this study, reducing stress-induced cellular aging and protecting against this senescence-related inflammation. So imagine, this is not medical advice, but you imagine taking rhodiola, ashwagandha, and then the triple effect of reishi mushrooms, and now you have reducing inflammation on both ends and protecting against the senolytic issue that we have with accumulation of zombie cells as we age. So more and more, how do we prevent how do we prevent zombie cell accumulation and support this natural clearance? So we want to accelerate as much as we can the zombie cell accumulation. So easy. This is it. This is all. Maybe none of this made sense to you. I hope it did. But it's just a way to realize that the power of nutrition and lifestyle is always in support of us. We only have these issues when we're running and sprinting down this stress-induced, fatal convenience modern world. But if we get back to nature, if we get back to common sense, it shows up in the science. This doesn't have to be an issue, but it is an issue because of our modern day world. So eating senolytic boosting diets, what does that look like? That's just polyphenol rich foods. Green tea, pomegranate, blueberries, turmeric. These are some of the most powerful that you can consume on a daily basis. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, kale, Brussels sprouts. My mouth is watering just thinking about this. Omega-3 rich foods. Yes, if you're still eating fish, I wouldn't recommend it. So many other toxins in those foods, but you can supplement. I take blue-green algae every day. I take spirulina all the time. These things are powerful in their way to deliver. Also, you can get chia seeds, flax seeds, and also supplement from a good algae-based oil. And of course, the best medicine of almost anything is exercise regularly. High intensity interval training, strength training, and even daily walking help to eliminate autophagy, help to get rid of these programmed deaths, get rid of these zombie cells, flush them out of the body, sweat, breathe, do the common sense stuff. And of course, like I said before, optimal sleep. If you deprive yourself of sleep, make sure you're getting the light in the eyes in the morning, set that circadian rhythm, and let your body deeply restore. If you're still having a problem, New Calm has an incredible, Superlife Superminds New Calm has an incredible sleep app. You play it in the background and it helps to induce your brain into a better sleep cycle. And so if you're having problems, there's a lot of stuff you can do ahead of time with improving sleep. And even if you have a partner or your animals and it's playing, they're going to benefit from a deeper sleep. So check out Superlife Superminds sleep app, sleep division on the New Calm app. So you also want to detoxify as best that you can of these fatal conveniences, the environment. Minimize exposure of plastics, pesticides, heavy metals by choosing organic foods whenever necessary. Use air purifiers, drink clean water. All of this common sense that I've talked about a zillion times improves clearing out these zombie cells. So you if you're just eating and making steps to eat well, take care of your environment, these natural senolytic compounds get cleared out. Autophagy happens gracefully. And again, use these adaptogens, reishi, even cordyceps shows up, rhodiola rosea, ashwagandha. These are fantastic. Of course, other powerful things, you don't have to buy anything, intermittent fasting. This stimulates autophagy. So this stimulates the programmed death and gets out. If intermittent fasting is intense for you, just 12 hours. Great work by Dr. Walter Longo. Always comes back to just 12 hours. So if you finished eating by 7 p.m., don't eat anything. Go to sleep. Don't eat anything until at least 7 a.m. If you want to extend that, you certainly can. I currently am on day 3 of a 3-day water fast. So my body has opened up pathways and dumping all this stuff, and I feel fantastic. These are things that you can do. I want you to be aware that all this stuff kind of comes down to common sense. Your lifestyle and what you're doing is improving pathways of pollution in your body. It's getting rid of the garbage. It's like the waste management system easily comes in and clears things out. But you need to participate. Lower the environmental toxins, increase your exercise, increase polyphenol-rich foods, colorful foods, breathe, lower the stress, all of these things, and improve your window of intermittent fasting. So senolytics, then senescent cells are being talked about more and more. Now you have powerful information that you can apply to improve your body's detoxification pathways of these zombie cells. So this is really on the forefront of longevity right here. All of the research I have in the show notes, this is cutting edge. We don't need to rely on pharmaceuticals. We can rely on our lifestyle, our choices, plant-based powerful compounds, adaptogenic mushrooms. Science is showing us more and more that we don't have to suffer unnecessary aging and degeneration and sprinting towards cancers and diabetes and other metabolic issues. You can do so much. You can make the influence. You can make choices that increase your super life. Okay? You can tell I'm passionate about this stuff. I love it when science supports my common sense, and now I hope that it supports your common sense. So here's to me, to you, to our health, and to living the greatest life ever. Peace. Love you.